handle the inconvenience of not being able to do anything. So this is the time, I think, for Christians to really strengthen our faith and really strengthen our working in the world and be apart from the world. Because the world is heading straight down this road of oneness. And now's the time to pull back. And those of you who are parents who have small children, I have a little bit of advice for you. Every time you go into a museum, you go into Chuck E. Cheese, what do they want to do? They want to stamp your kid's right hand. Right? I tell my kids, no one stamps your right hand ever with anything. When they go to the craft fair, what do they want to do? They want to paint the little butterfly on the kid's forehead. I tell my kids, no one ever puts anything on your forehead. Nothing. And in fact, at the museum right now, at least, you can get away with it because they'll stamp it on a card and hand you the card. They have other ways they can do it. But that right hand, and I tell them for religious reasons, we don't permit that in our family. And they all go, oh, okay. But you got to get your kids used to that now because you're not always going to be around. Your kids are going to grow up surrounded by this, and someday they're not going to know unless you teach them. And now's the time to teach them, and that's an easy way to do it. Right? All right. And in closing, let me say that this is the reason why I became a Christian. Because my grandmother sat me down in a little kitchen years ago and told me something that at the time seemed outlandish to me. And I made a promise that if it ever came to pass, I would pull out my Bible and I would read it. And I've done that. And if it hadn't been for that experience in that kitchen, I don't know that I would be a Christian today. I don't know that I would know not to take the mark of the beast when it came. We have an obligation to our children and our grandchildren. We have an obligation to our loved ones to let them know this. And let me say that this evidence is so indisputable. If and when this mark comes and they're putting a mark in people's right hands, can you imagine how that could have possibly been known 2,000 years ago? It's a perfect opportunity for us as Christians to spread the gospel and to let other people know the glory of our faith and the truth of our faith and the validity and the reality of it and the truth of this little book. Thank you very much.